So one of my favorite pastimes is I like to go out and explore abandoned places. And usually when I tell people this, one of the most common questions I see, or the ones I get, are how do I know if a fucking place isn't haunted or whatnot? And usually my response is that I look at them like they're fucking stupid, and I explain to them how no place on planet fucking Earth is actually fucking haunted. Now, let me explain what that means. Anything that anyone claims to be supernatural can actually be explained with science. Alright, let me paint you a picture. Say you decided to go to an abandoned mental asylum. All of a sudden, you start hearing creaking of doors, of floorboards, and even start seeing pieces of the ceiling crumble down. This one's a no-brainer. Abandoned buildings tend to be very old, and because of that, start losing their structural integrity. So now, things such as the wind blowing throughout the building because of open windows can start fucking up the doors, and also the fucking floorboards and ceilings and whatnot. The shit's just starting to crumble. No fucking brainer right there. All right, another paranormal activity that can be explained. You're in the same mental asylum. I had to fucking repeat that to myself because a sane asylum and the same asylum sound the same. But say you're in the same asylum and all of a sudden you see a ghost. Oh! Now, whether you saw this through the corner of your eye or through the reflection of some kind of glass, let me tell you what you really just saw. You're actually hallucinating right now. Because going back to the fact that you're exploring a dilapidated building whose structural integrity is starting to go down, there's also going to be chemicals in there that are decomposing, becoming toxic, and contaminating the air. Now, this can come from paints that were used in the construction of the building, chemical cleaners that were left in the building, or gas lines that are somehow still connected to the building. In any case, your brain is not receiving sufficient oxygen, in which by itself causes delirium and possible hallucinations by itself already. But also because of the fact that you're breathing something that isn't oxygen, you're already going to start hallucinating even more, and your brain and your blood are possibly going to get poisoned, which is seriously not good for your health. So I advise you to get the fuck out of there because you have fucking minutes. And if you somehow make it out of there alive, then I recommend not going back to that building ever again, not without a gas mask. Here, you can just buy yourself a GP5 Russian gas mask for about 20 bucks. Don't use the filter it comes with because it has asbestos in it. Instead, buy yourself one of these Israeli like filters with chromium in it. It's gonna run you about 30 to 40 bucks, depending on who you buy them from. Or even better yet, go to Home Depot and buy yourself a respirator for paint. Now, here's another paranormal instance that is possibly more insidious and scarier than the buildup of toxic gases. You're seeing objects getting thrown around the room. You're hearing voices and footsteps of people that aren't actually there. And you think to yourself, you just found yourself a fucking poltergeist or a demon or whatever. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna cut to the chase right here. There's someone in the fucking building with you. Now, the best case reason why they're doing this is to fuck with you. Or two, the worst case scenario is that they're planning on doing something really bad to you, like they're going to harm you or kill you or whatever. In either case, you should probably leave because that is your warning for you to get the fuck out of there, like your very last warning. Because you could find yourself in the middle of some Scooby Doo shit, i.e., the private owner of the place, because this is technically private property that somebody owns, is trying to do some Scooby Doo shit and trying to scare people off. Or it could be a meetup place for a malicious group for them to do their shady business and they're trying to tell people to fuck off however way they could. And now here's one more thing that's like less paranormal, I say, to like the other things I just mentioned, but I feel like it's still important to mention nonetheless. Now, say you're at that mental asylum and you decide, hey, I'm just gonna pick up something from the floor right here to bring home with me. First off, fucking gross. Second off, yeah, I have nothing for like the second reason. I don't know why I said first off. But anyway, you decide to pick up something from the fucking bitch and you bring it home with you, and all of a sudden it seems that life is starting to go downhill. Like some really unfortunate shit is starting to happen to you. Like you get injured, or you get something stolen, or you get fired from a job, or whatever. It seems like you've been hexed, or you just got some kind of cursed object. No, your life just sucks. Your life just sucks, and you're just now taking notice of what the fuck's going on. But you're decided you directing that blame to something entirely unrelated. Because what has really happened throughout your life where you think it's a good idea to start exploring abandoned places all willy nilly? Like, that's like another degree of boredom that you got. And I can say that because I'm going through that shit right now. That's why I'm a fucking VTuber. I'm fucking bored as shit. Now, I bet you're over here thinking to yourself, wow, Yeoman, you have no fucking sense of wonder. You have no fucking sense of imagination. First off, bitch, I'm the one ballsy enough to explore rundown places because I think they're cool and I'm bored as fuck. And second off, that's not my point. The point I'm trying to make is the more you understand something, the more power you have over that something. Because once you start to understand something like in and out and all that, you can take steps in order to change certain outcomes. That's honestly one of the coolest things about us as humans, that no matter what it is, we can change the outcome when we understand something. Back to what I said earlier about this video, you can take like certain changes in order to like either prevent yourself from seeing some weird shit and to also protect yourself when you're in one of these buildings and all that shit, or a gas mask to prevent yourself from seeing some absolutely weird shit. Or better yet, if you're really that ambitious, bring a bunch of fans inside and bring some sort of power source in order to start adding some form of ventilation to get rid of any of the gases or any of the fucking toxins. Clean up the place a bit. Tear down any piece of like dangling debris off the ceiling or whatever, and like put them in a trash bag or some shit like that. Someone's trying to spook the hell out of you when you're exploring a place, fucking bring a gun in there, point it at them, and ask them, "What the fuck are you doing, bro? What the fuck?" And try to come to an understanding. You probably don't need a gun, but like, yeah, you get my point. Use your fucking noodle. And this is the end of the video.